Welcome back, everybody! Last time we got a show from Narumi, apparently a show from Narumi, and... Saxman returned. Yeah, Saxman returned. We dashed across the village to the Elder's house. Narumi grabbed a weapon along the way. When we got there, we heard shouting and exchanged worried glances before pushing through the door. Halt, Vin! Oh my. Prepare your did we cross into a different dimension? They're drunk, aren't they? I don't think I could laugh. I don't think I can laugh with her voice on. Ah! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Oh, goddammit! Never! I'm going to vanquish you! The scene that lay before us was unlike anything I had ever seen. In one corner, Micah was cuddling a large empty bottle, sleeping and going towards them. Yep, they're drunk! At the back of the room, the village elder was hitting a large casket with a look on it while grumbling to himself. In the center of the room, Machiko lay pinned to the floor by Mayo, who was tickling her mercilessly. Narushin! Narushin! Help me with this! The chest is locked and all the sake is trapped inside and suffocating! We need to rescue it immediately! Oh jeez, they're drunk. Takahiro-kun, can you stop those two? This wasn't the battle I was expecting. I nodded my head in confirmation to Narumi's request, and I turned towards the two girls on the floor, trying to decide how best to deal with them. With both of them drunk, it'd probably have been easy enough to get Mayo to release Machiko. Before I had a chance to intervene, the two girls roughhousing on the floor caused them to bump into the table, knocking over a bottle of sake onto both of them. Oh, I'm all wet now. You spilled the sake. Wah, stupid! The girl pushed herself upright, flailing like a spoiled child before turning tail and running through the door. No! What? Good grief. Who knows what she might do. Narushan, please go get her. In this state, she'd only make stupid advances on me. Right. Narumi ran off to retrieve the drunken fox girl. I was left to take care of the remaining few. Mayo-san, you need to come with me. We need to get you into something clean. You just want to see me naked. What? No. I'm not a pervert. Actually, I'm sure he's very much a pervert. We've actually learned this. Why does everyone seem to think that? I mean, I do want to see boobs. Doesn't every guy? And lesbian girl, I guess. But I have my honor. Damn it. Nope, I'm not going to do anything you tell me to. I'll stay right here and swim in sake. I sighed and looked down at the woman who was indeed trying to swim in a tiny puddle of sake on the floor. That would be ridiculous to see. I think I've seen that somewhere in reality. I don't remember, but Jesus. Taking a deep breath, I prepared myself. Sundari, Chief! Enemies have been sighted near the hot springs. Their numbers are about to overwhelm us. We need reinforcements right away. I came up with a bluff on the spot, hoping it would get Mayo out of the room. What? We need to vanquish them at once! Come on, private pervert! To the hot springs! Aren't we supposed to defend? Before I had time to finish my sentence, me dragged to the entrance of the building by the collar of my robe. No! Attack! Attack! Get to the hot springs and attack! I'll be there soon! With that, she shoved me through the door with a hefty kick. The door slammed shut behind me. My hearing was perfect, but I could have sworn I heard a yelp and a tumble in Mayo's departure. She must have tripped over the small table. A large open area ahead of me, closed off by a tall bamboo fence. There was a small area off to the side for more delicate washing. Sighing to myself, I began to tidy up the place a little, removing sharp objects and small obstacles that the drunken woman might injure herself with, and waited. 5 minutes went by before I heard the door open and close, followed by a gentle slosh of someone stepping into the water of the hot spring. Ah, the water's great. Hurry up and get in! Whatever happened to the attack? I turned around expecting her to be standing in the water with her clothes on. However, the sight that awaited me was far from what I would have expected from the tsundere tyrant. There was no katana slicing through the air or any harsh words being shouted. Instead, an attractive-looking girl wearing a simple towel and had decided to take a seat in hot springs. Mayo-san. Whether it was the result of drinking or not, the warm smile she showed me caused me to pause. Care to join me? I don't think... get in the water! Yes, ma'am. I quickly moved closer to the water, nearly slipping on the wet tiles before I made my way in. I folded up my robe and kept a towel on I had found around my waist. Today's been pretty busy, huh? Last thing I expected was for all of you to gulp down sake like a baby drinks its milk. The girl said nothing for a while, regarding me with a faint grin on her face. It made me nervous. I would almost rather have her shouting and angry. You don't slack off, do you? I can tell that you train a lot. Huh? Briefly caught off guard by her comment, I quickly gathered my thoughts and nodded in return. Well, I practice judo, so it's natural for me to train my body a lot. I'm sure the same be said of you, Mayo-san. I mean, you look rather feminine, but I could tell you knew how to handle a sword. It shows diligence and talent. Above all, experience. You started young, didn't you? I did. I leaned back against the rock to let out a sigh. It took me a long time to become competent with a blade. Days and nights of endless training, regardless of wind and weather, all in order to toughen myself up to make myself strong enough. It is horrible knowing nothing of your early life. I just turned up here in rags. Guards found me out in the woods one day while on patrol, starving and dirty. The previous villager elder took pity on me and took me in. Everything went well for a while. Rumi's family took me in, treated me like one of their own. Then everything fell apart, seeing the village that had taken me and fed me, clothed me, given me shelter, suffering at the hands of spirits. I couldn't take it. As she spoke, she let out another sigh. It seemed the alcohol was making her a bit more talkative than usual, which wasn't a bad thing. I just hoped it wouldn't end up paying for it once she had sobered up. After that, I felt like I had to do something. I couldn't just sit here while everything fell apart around me. The village was devastated by the fires on that day. I pleaded with the former chief of the guard to train me, to make me stronger. I wanted to protect the village, to protect Narumi at any costs. He eventually agreed, but told me that I would never need to strengthen my resolve first. That's why he became, you can say it, a tsundere tyrant. I don't know what tsundere means, but the tyrant part isn't far off. I didn't want to drive everyone away, least of all Narumi. But I had to, in order not to feel the pain of loss again. Spirits haven't been our only problem. Bandits, beasts, and the weather. The village needed protection from all of it. It became a purpose, and it made me distant myself from everyone else. I guess that explains why you've been acting like that around Machiko and Aiko. That's right, although I'm beginning to think that perhaps we can coexist. The fox spirits, at least. I suppose that has something to do with you, so, thank you. You're welcome. It's not like I did much. I mean it, truly. You and the sisters. You may have saved me a life of living in fear, perhaps even prevented my death. I think you better tell them that. Right. Especially considering what comes next. Huh? What do you mean? The girl's words were becoming incoherent, muttering something about spirits in the village. It seemed like fatigue had finally taken its toll. Well, the other spirits probably won't be leaving the village alone anytime soon. We're going to have to figure out how to stop them. But asking Maiko-chan and Machiko-san to help us is like asking you to turn on Narumi-chan. Haha, turn on. The girl giggled at this for quite some time as I let out a sigh and coughed politely. Ugh! Immaturity at its finest. What I meant was, they'll have to fight against their own kind at some point. I mean, why would they want to help you guys out in the first place? I think Narumi-chan will be the pieces we need to solve the puzzle. We better figure out what to do soon. I doubt those spirits will hold back next time. You sound like it's some kind of game. That's not nice. she said that, the girl slid further down into the water. It's a bit easier to think of it like that. The moment they get ahead of us, it's game over. If you and Narumi-chan fix things between the villagers and the sisters, things might work out. You'll have to get as close to them as possible. But I don't like girls like that. The girl became incredibly flustered at my comment. Having misunderstood what I had said before I could explain, she slumped over, her cheeks a deep crimson red. As I tried to move closer, it became clear that she had passed out. He'd probably gotten her. Just my luck. She had to pass out wearing nothing but a towel. I swear someone up there is testing my patience with all these temptations. Sighing in annoyance, I carefully wrapped my arms around the girl and pulled her out of the water. I realized that leaving Mayo here would be a bad idea. I thought about what to do when Narumi came barging in. Takahiro-kun! I heard you were in here. I managed to— Whoa! What's going on here? It's not what you think. Great Captain couldn't hold the heat. Could you take over? Can you take over here? Sure. That's what happened. I believe you, stud. Come on. I'll take her. Come on, I'll take her. I'll make sure she gets a good night's rest. But if you did do stuff to her while she was drunk, she's going to kick your ass. I shall refrain from provoking her wrath. Last thing I need is a hungover samurai trying to turn me into a shish kebab. Motion for Narumi to come over. You should get some rest too, Takahiro-kun. Make sure you keep an eye on Chi-chan. She's a little restless right now. Leave her to me. She'll be in good hands. And with those words, I left Narumi to take care of the passed out captain. I wonder what happened during the whole Narumi chasing down Machikoshi. I want to know. Okay, I'm good. 12 minutes. Well, 13 minutes actually. I quickly changed into the robes I had borrowed and made my way back to the main hall. As expected, I found Machiko curled up on the floor. Thankfully, it looked like she had made her way to Maiko and was cuddled up next to her. The two girls looked adorable. Their cute mumblings only made it all more enjoyable to watch. Considered waking them, but so we could return to the mansion, but the sound of my name interrupted my train of thought. Quickly saving! Oh, this doesn't result in anything. I'm still saving! Saving! I found the village elder sitting on the grass, looking up at the stars. Young man, are the stars here as beautiful in your world? I walked over to him and lay down flat against the grass, finally allowing myself a rest. I looked up at the night sky and smiled. You know, I never really got a look at them. I'm always busy with this or that. I yawned loudly and felt my eyelids getting heavy as I wiggled around a bit in an effort to get comfortable. Perhaps you should. If you get back, that is. The previous elder once told me that all worlds share the same sky. It sounded silly to me, but maybe there's something to it. I mean, it does look similar. Sparkly and black. Maybe he was right. The elder remained silent for a while when he spoke again. I could barely make out what he had said. Sleepiness taking over. Before long, I drifted off to sleep beneath the starry sky. How long do you think he's been out? Must have been a while. His clothes are soaked with morning dew. As I drifted back into consciousness, I heard Narumi and Mayo talking nearby. Their voices sounded hushed, as though they were far away. I briefly considered jumping up and scaring them, but my body was not going to let me. Maybe you should poke him. Kage, there's no need for that. Takahiro-san, wake up, you lazy slob. I groaned as my eyes finally opened, the early rays of the rising sun making me raise a hand to conceal my eyes from the bright light. I was usually quite the morning person, but having fallen asleep under the starry sky, wasn't exactly in familiar surroundings. Did the Valkyrie come to take me off to Valhalla? Heh, you're talking gibberish. You intend to lie around all morning, or do you plan on being useful? They're warrior angels, who come down from the heavens to pick up the souls of fallen warriors, who have fought heroic battles. Not that I plan on dying anytime soon. Humph. You are no warrior, neither is Narumi. Did you become an even bigger idiot overnight? It's exactly why I need to train you both. None of you are warriors yet. With my help, you... for some reason I'm going to the southern drawl with her too. You'll both become fine. Noble warriors capable of handling anything. I looked her more when she was drunk. It'll be an honor to learn from you, Sensei. Yes, ma'am. Maybe Takahiro-kun can teach both of us some of his moves. Excellent suggestion, Narumi. I believe he is a competent fighter and learning more than simply how to use a weapon, but to fight without one too would be a very convenient skill to have. However, work cannot begin like this. You need to get changed, eat, and wake up. Get to it. The grass is kind of soft here, and the view is pretty nice. Yeah, if we leave, these mountains will disappear. That's a convincing argument, Narumi-chan. But I wonder which mountain would be the most difficult to climb. Mount Mayo or Mount Narumi? God damn it! Enough of the idiotic banter, you bumbling buffoon of a boy! Mayo-sensei, can I ask you something? What is it? I've been overwhelmed by the power of your Soon. Would you please bless us with your ear once in a while? You'd like that too, wouldn't you, Narumi-chan? You might need to explain that. I don't really know what that means. Sorry, Takahiro-kun. Never mind. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying she'd be less of a meanie pants and show us a little love and affection. But what happened to motivate your What happened to motivating your troops? Meanie pants? Will you stop making up such ridiculous comments? I ought to slap some respect into you. Angry Mayo. I kind of missed the Mayo I saw in the hot springs yesterday. That was something completely unrelated. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop saying such embarrassing things. Jeez. A personality disorder? What? Is it? One was bad enough. You're saying that we've got two Mayos wandering around? Just wait, Narumi-chan. Soon we'll have a whole army of Mayos. Stop it! Stop it! Shut up, both of you! Right this instant. This is getting ridiculous. The girl who was now blushing brightly turned her back to me and stormed off with a huff, her arms crossed indignantly. Pardon me. I guess I better get up before she decides to return and kick me into gear. Thanks for waking me for the wake-up call, Narumi-chan. After apologizing to Mayo, checking time, making sure I'm not too far out from, making sure I don't, making sure I have time to read. That is, because I don't like reading in the middle, reading and stopping in the middle of a paragraph. After apologizing to Mayo, explaining that it was merely a joke, the girl had decided that she wanted to train each of us personally. We both waited for Mayo to show up for the first part of the program, which was to take place in the town square. It reminded me of a training camp at the dojo, although I had the feeling that this was about to turn out to be more fun. As we waited, I noticed the preparations were being made for what looked like a festival. I asked Narumi about it, and she told me that it was an annual celebration happening a few days from now. As we chatted, Mayo turned up, sword in hand and a faint smirk upon her face. Perfect! It seems like you're ready. There is something every warrior needs. It's strength and discipline. With this in mind, let us start with running laps around the village. Oh, no, not laps. That's all? Yes, and those who slack off will be punished. Now run. Without any warning, Mayo drew her sword and pointed at the two of us. Cringing, Narumi tugged at my arm, making it clear that our teacher wasn't joking. Let's get down to it, shall we? Oh no, she's enjoying this far too much. We will defeat those spirits. Oh boy. Quit your yapping and get to running, unless you're eager to feel the edge of my blade. It's better than saying sword, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's totally enjoying. Come on, Takahiro-kun, let's keep going. She's not going to be reasoned with like this. She's a frickin' drill sergeant! As I started to run alongside Narumi, I decided to finally take the exercise seriously. All things considered, I was surprised at the pace Narumi was running at. Even though I felt like I could drag a bit about my own physical strength, her stamina was clearly superior to mine. After several hours of running, I found myself on my back. My breathing was ragged and heavy, while Narumi was still standing upright, although visibly exhausted judging from her panting. Mayo had also been keeping up with us. While she was panting too, she still looked fit to fight and ready to go. Do you do this every day? Not every day, no. Otherwise we would not get no patrolling done. Not get any patrolling done. But I cannot fault you for your spirit. You both did well. It was harder than anything we've ever done before. I wouldn't be surprised if Mayo-san ends up being the final boss someday. Your strength and stamina are clearly beyond human capabilities. Clearly. Maybe she's some kind of spirit, here to be mean to us on a superhuman level. Narumi, how would you like to run 10 more laps around the village? Ah, no! I'm sorry. Great Mayo, please forgive me. I was just kidding. You think we'll be allowed to break? You pray to the almighty guardian spirit of this village? I had Mayo as I attempted to pull back my smile, clapping my hands together in prayer. Narumi giggled and followed my example. Oh, mighty Mayo-san. You who watch over this village, please bless us with a short break. There may be a lot of money and a beautiful wife and... Okay, a break is fine. You too. Well, it's good to see her smile. And not drunk for once. You two idiots want to break that badly? Fine. I have an idea. Elder Salmonici's bath clean. I ought to loosen you up for the next part of the training. You hear that, Narumi-chan? We get to play at the hot springs. Yay! I clapped my hands one final time. I took Narumi and Mayo's hands by surprise and dragged the two girls toward the village elder's house. What are you doing? Let go of me, right this instant! Mayo-san, it won't do any good to be serious like that all the time. Let's have some fun. The three of us quickly reached the hot springs, and were soon preparing to begin our work. However, it didn't take long for somewhat serious cleaning work to turn into a series of silly games, as I started chasing Narumi around with a soaked sponge, shouting in a nefarious tone, I am the soap monster! Prepare to be washed, foolish warrior! Ah, no! The evil soap spirit has appeared. Do not fear, citizens of Hot Spring Village. Yeah! The girl grabbed her mop and thrust it forwards, brandishing it like Mayo would have her katana. I am the village protector, Tsundere no Mayo. I have vanquished all who oppose me. Will you two stop messing around? We have work to do. It's the dreadful Mayo, nemesis of all spirits. Today is the day you fall. Yeah! Never! Wait. I will defend this place until my last breath. Yeah! Brandishing her mop in a candid fashion, she clearly didn't mean to do any real harm. Using my sponge, I batted away it with ease. And today shall be your last. I told you to knock it off! I laughed menacingly when a playful push from Narumi caught me off guard. I staggered backwards, my foot slipping on a bar of soap. So many soap puns can come from that. It started to yelp with surprise. I felt myself topple over backwards, bumping into Mayo. I lost my balance completely and let go of the sponge, sending it flying towards Narumi, who caught it on the face. I moved forwards to apologize to the woman, when from behind me I heard a yelp and a loud splash. Uh-oh. I don't want to look, do I? This fucking game, man. As I slowly turned around, my fears seemed to have been confirmed. Pulling herself from the water was Mayo, soaked from head to toe. The anger that radiated off her made her look like the devil himself. You two? I'm sorry. It was Takahiro-kun's fault. He started it. Traitor! You can't blame me for... My eyes caught sight of Mayo's clothes, which I finally noticed had turned see-through. I bet he did it, so he could see you soaking wet like last night. But that wasn't part of the plan! What plan? He's joking. It was just a joke. Seriously, Takahiro-kun. Now we're just playing around. It was an accident. Please forgive us. Yeah, you should forgive us. We were just having a bit of fun. We didn't mean to have it turn out like this. He's right. I told you both not to play around. I told you both to keep working. Hikage, I will deal with you later. Leave. Takahiro, you need to be punished now. Oh. Okay. So our punishment has to come up in the next episode. Oh. I'll leave you all with this amazing shot, apparently. If you liked the video, why not leave a like and add to your favorites? Subscribe to listen to Red Heart Army today. As always, leave your suggestions and amazing comments in the comment section below. My name is Dexter Red Heart, and as always, leave your suggestions. I'm going over things. Dexter Red Heart, and remember everybody, my goatee salutes you.